The Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare. What is a shrew? A shrew is a person, it's a woman that's argumentative, wants things her way. So the play starts with Bertuccio having two daughters, Bianca and Catherine. And Bianca was the pretty girl, the pretty daughter that every suitor wanted. They wanted to marry her, but Bertuccio said, no, nobody married Bianca until we get Catherine married off. And so Catherine was the shrew. She was mean. No one could get along with her, and no one wanted to be in her presence. So what happened was that Hortensio knew his friend Bertuccio was coming to town the next day. So he figured, okay, I will introduce Catherine to Bertuccio because he wanted to marry Bianca, and he knew he couldn't because of what the dad said. So the next day he took Bertuccio to Baptiste's house where Catherine lived, and the dad couldn't realize why he wanted to meet Catherine, and everybody knew that Catherine was the truth. So, but he did, and when Bertuccio met Catherine, they became argumentative. They got in a big old argument and everything. But he also told her that we can marry Sunday. And so by that time, the dad came in and his friend. So he said, how did it go? And Bertuccio said that we married Sunday. We can get married. We get married Sunday. She never did say a word because, and really down, she really wanted her husband, and he was the one for her. So Sunday rolls around, and she was nervous because he was late for the wedding. He was real late. And when he did show up, he was in dirty clothes, regular clothes, old regular horse and everything. He shamed them, which they was like high up in town. They weren't the big ones in town, but he just showed her, I'm going to give you a dose of your medicine, how you treat people. So they finally got married and everything. And the reception came along. He said, no, we're not going to reception. We're going to go. She was like, no, we're going to have to stay. This is our reception. He said, no, we're not staying. We're going to go right now. So she ended up, had to leave. And on their way to his home out in the country, she was riding a horse and she fell off the horse in mud. So she got muddy and everything. He got really mad and he was irate, loud, irate. So he spooked the horse and the horse left. And by the time they did get to the home, she was hungry, she was tired, she had been all day without food. And so he figured the way I'm gonna tame her, I'm gonna tame her with kindness. He figured he'll treat her kind and wear her down. So what happened was he denied her food and sleep. And she was hungry and everything, but she didn't get no food. Finally, he did give her a little food, and then she started coming around. She noticing that she had to do as he say do in order to go back to town and visit people and everything. So it came along that her friend was getting married. They got married, and they was having a reception in the town. So they went, but she had to do what he said do. If he said what the sun shines, she had to agree to it, or she know that he was going to turn around, they wasn't going to go. So she had to do everything. She had to be submissive. She had to do everything that he said do. So when they did get there to the reception and everything, the men made a wager. They're like, I bet my wife's gonna, if I call, she coming. The second and so the third said, well, we'll just put up some money. So they did call for their wives, and they did not show up the first two. So when it was Catherine's turn to come, Bertuccio called and she came immediately. And they were like, oh, you done tamed her. And so when she did come, he told her to go get the other wives. And you need to give a speech telling them why they need to be submissive to their husband and what needs to be done. And she told them that they really need to be submissive, loyal, and obedient to their husband because they are the head of the house. So she did. She told them. And then they got the money, and they got ready to leave. They did leave. And in the street, he decided he wanted to kiss her. So he told her to kiss him in the middle of the street. So she did. And in conclusion to that, Bertuccio, he came to town with the mindset that I'm gonna marry me a rich woman. I'm gonna get me a wife. I don't care how she looked, long as she was rich. And he did. And he also, in turn, got him a shrew that he said he was gonna tame. So he tamed her, and he did. And he also, I think he really did fall in love with her, because at the end, because in the beginning it wasn't no love, it was just for the money. And at that time, they loved each other, so she was just hoping that the love lasts, that it don't fade away. And I'm just gonna recite something that Petruchio said, and he said that, isn't this good? Come, my sweet Kate. He started calling her Kate instead of Catherine. Come, my sweet Kate. Better late than never, and it's never too late to change.
Okay.
Hi, yeah.